everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm filming again, and this time I'm doing a little get ready with me. I was trying to do a little bit of different things because I know I film most quite often because I go so far in between without filming, but you guys always request it and you really enjoy it, so I thought that I would do it. And I'm going to include some skincare today because I am getting ready to go thrifting. If I find anything amazing, I will definitely make sure I film a haul for you guys. So first up, I'm just going to go in with the Miyahira The Optimist Hydrating Essence. And once I get more into the makeup, we'll chat a little bit more. I'll tell you guys what I've been up to. So I'm just taking that on a cotton round. I apply it really pretty liberally. An essence is basically like an in-between like a mist and a serum. So it's sort of a spray that has a little bit of weight to it, often has like super concentrated, really great benefits for the skin in it. And Miyahira is just a brand that every single product works well for my skin. I love their balm, I love their oils, I love their little eye serum. It's just one of those brands that can really do very minimal wrong in my world. So I like this first because my skin is a little bit more on the dry side, you guys know that. And I just feel like it's a good first step just to get everything nice and hydrated. So I just like to do that. Just like that. And then it's always gross to see what's left over on the cotton round. And I'm just keeping it really simple this morning. I'm just gonna go in with the Fit Glow Cloud Comfort Cream. And I'm just gonna do 2 pumps of this. This is part of like a little trial set that they have. But I had a sample of this before I got my hands on that. And I am just in love with this product, you guys. I definitely want a full size. You guys know I usually use a facial oil, but I like to mix it up a little bit, and this one is really great for any sort of irritated skin. And my skin, the texture of it's a little off at the moment, so I'm making sure to do something simple that I know my skin enjoys. So I'm applying that. And then finally, I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of the Josh Rosebrook Nutrient Rich SPF. Because it's a scorcher out there and I'm driving not far, but you know what I'm saying. Just gonna make sure that my face and my neck is protected. All right, so for makeup, I actually was just watching the Emily Ratajkowski, forgot how you say it, Emrata on Instagram, let's just call her Emrata, her little Vogue makeup look, and I always love her makeup. She always looks super bronzed, super glowing, with like these smoky long eyes and like always some beautiful matte shades or golden shades, things like that. So watching her do her makeup really quickly was amazing, her everyday look. So I'm gonna do something just like that because I want it to be easy. But you guys know I do like to wear quite a bit of makeup on my face on a day-to-day basis. Oh, let's throw some Hurrah lip balm on too while we're at it. And mind you, she is so naturally beautiful that I do need to put a little bit more product into it than she does, but that is the inspiration. And if you have not seen it, please check out that link down below because she is just gorgeous and I like watching her put her makeup on. Beyond that, the blush that she used is a nude stick. Mind you, we can't use that because that is not a natural product, but if someone has a recommendation for the color, I need that recommendation in my life because today I'm going to be using Kjaer Weis Desired Glow and Kosas Contrachroma, but it's not quite right. So I just want to know what your opinions are. So I'm quickly just going to give my face a little spritz with the Amley Mist. So I'm just trying to include product and then we'll get into talking with you guys. And then I'm going with my Boon Foundation Stick, which I will apply with my fingers. And I'm using just a little amount of this. Just want it to look very natural, and I'll go with concealer where I need to. So, what's been up with me? Oh my god. I haven't done an update in so long. I'll just do whatever's sort of sticking out in my mind. You guys will know from my last video, because I made a little bit of a joke about it, that I quit my job. And my last video was a vintage haul if you guys didn't see it. And I quit my job. Mind you, I have like an issue with this, like with the job quitting. It's just I really desire respect in the workplace. Every job I do, I give my everything to my jobs. Like, it's just like how I'm wired. It's not even like I'm trying to impress you or whatever. It's just this is what I do and this is how I am, and there's no real in between. So I end up taking a lot of things like very personally because I'm giving my heart and my soul to the job, and then when I feel like it's being not appreciated or recognized in any respect, it hurts my feelings, to be honest with you. So basically I was being super overworked at the last job I was at, And who knows, they're a very nosy bunch, so they might even watch this video, which if you do, hi, I'm much happier now that I'm gone, in case you were wondering. I was unemployed for 2 weeks, which was a lot for me because working gives me a lot of sense of self, which is, I guess, sad. It could be, especially because I've been doing jobs my whole life where I know this isn't where I'm going to end up. And I'm going in with Fickle Beauty Eye Break, just so you guys know. So when you're giving so much of yourself and you know this is not your end goal, it's sad. So those 2 weeks I was really doing my eBay thing, going thrifting, finding stuff to sell, because I realized what I really want to do is something in the antique world or clothing, or I just need something more, a more creative pursuit. I know this for a fact. So I was really figuring out what I wanted to do. I applied to do like a florist thing and work at Joann's Fabrics because I thought, oh, maybe I'll get like free classes on learning how to sew. I was just trying to think like how something might not be that glamorous for the time being, because I needed something that would like hire me yesterday. I was really kind of stressed out about that. Something that would hire me, but that could be good for more in line with my end goal. And then what I realized is I want to do something that's less career oriented, because like I said, I know I'm not going to be an office stiff. It's just not for me. The fake salesness of it all, working in a dental office, you just realize how much of it is just dollars and cents, and how no one really gives a damn on whether or not this is good for you. And mind you, they'll say that they do, but in the back end of things, the amount of bitching and complaining about giving someone a service is just ridiculous. And provided a lot of insight into that world, especially at the location I was working at. So it's just not in me. Listen, I'm a great saleswoman if I feel passionately about the product, and the longer I worked there, I realized I was not passionate about the office, and I did not believe in the message that they were sending there, and in turn it absolutely affected my work ethic. So they sat me down, I got a really gnarly review because of that, and it wasn't constructive at all. They really kind of wailed on me as much as they want to say that they didn't, which, you know, I'm not even hung up about that anymore. I'm just saying it was just basically like, everything you've ever done is wrong, and if you don't work on fixing it, we're gonna have a problem, yada yada yada. And by the way, we're gonna help you, but we have no time to help you, whatever. Just, it really rubbed me the wrong way. And my response to a lot of things, good or bad, mind you, is I have a very strong emotional response oftentimes. Again, I take things very personally. I work very hard. I couldn't believe I was hearing the things that I'm hearing. And that's not to say there is not room for improvement. That is absolutely not the case. There always is. I'm very receptive to that. When it's put in a way of understanding and compassion, like I'm a human being and not number 527 at your workplace, which was especially an odd feeling there because it was a very small group. But anyway, a lot of turnover there, and it just opened my eyes very much. So basically, the way I was treated after that was not a way that I felt comfortable with or I was responding to. It was like I was an idiot. And I will tell you one thing, I'm not incompetent. I pick up on things incredibly quickly. If I'm explaining something, I understand it very, very quickly, and that is not something, I do not need to be babied through something for the sake of it. But so I sat down with my office manager. I said, hey, that's not really working for me. What can we do? So we could sort of meet in the middle here, you know? And basically that was not an option. So I said that the only option would be that is not the workspace for me. And I think it is so important to have a bottom line, because you guys, I was not getting paid shit. I was working my ass off, mind you, clearly quite horribly, but you know, besides the point, working my ass off regardless, staying late on a very, very regular basis, working like 45 hours every single week, you know, with very little to show for it, all for just the promise that one day this would hopefully work out for me, okay? And I just wasn't driving with that at all. And I think it is so important that I said, you know what? maybe I'm gonna have to eat ramen noodles for a couple of weeks while I get everything together. Maybe I will have to eat a little bit of the savings that I've worked so hard for. Excuse the sound, by the way. I live near a police station. Maybe I will have to sacrifice a little bit of that money, but the end result is my freedom and my happiness, and that, I mean, is worth its weight in gold. So there was really no option for me there. And I felt hurt at first, and then I realized even I was unemployed and stressing out, I was like, I am so much happier than I was. It's like a weight is lifted. And I am very much an Aquarian, so there is a little bit of, authority is never gonna be my favorite thing in the world, mind you. I can respect you, and there of course are people there. There's people that have had a million jobs, you guys. I've been in line with people's values before. Going in with the Teri Miyahira Reborn Highlight, really, really pretty cream product. A little bit more of a golden champagne tone, which Emrata used. She used Milk Makeup Highlight in Lit, which is much more golden. Mind you, she's also quite a bit darker than me. Excuse me. She's also quite a bit darker than me, so I'm just going in with this all over. Anyways, that's when I realized, you know what, I need to be my own boss, and I need to do something that's less career oriented, like I said. So I just wanted to do something part-time or just much more lax. And I ended up getting a job working at a restaurant, and so far I am absolutely loving it, and I am making the same amount, if not more, money. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. And now I have all this time to focus on my YouTube channel. Look at the videos I'm putting out, amazing. I have more time to focus on my eBay thing. If you guys ever wanna know my eBay information, I sell like good costume jewelry, antique odds and ends, random sort of things that I'm trying to clear out. So maybe I'll link that down below if you guys are curious. I do a lot of it auction style, so you can snag it for a really good deal. But anyway, ooh, or what videos I'm really liking to see are, they're set up so old school YouTube style, oftentimes older women, and they film what they got to resell. So I think that's kind of fun as well, because often it's like a big load of items, which is so much fun. So anyway, I'm just really happy with what I'm doing right now. I'm working the night shift, which I've always been a nighttime person, and I'm much happier. So I hope you guys are noticing that. And it was a weird time for me, but I was joking about it because I'm so much happier. I have not missed it one day. I don't miss anything about it except the office manager is an amazing cook. She gets that. And I will miss those meals that I got to eat whenever I wanted. So now I'm going in with the Cure White Blush and Desired Glow. I just have a sample here, and Emrata applies it very heavy-handedly. So I'm gonna be incredibly liberal with it. We wanna achieve that sort of I've been out in the sun look, which I think this color is really good for. It's very, has a warmth and almost like bronziness to it. So she applies it super up high. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it up high and far in, and we're gonna apply a little bit across the nose so it really looks like I got some color. It's such a healthy, beautiful look. And she applies a lot. So I'm gonna do this, and then I was applying this yesterday, I'm like, oh, it's just not enough, and then I'm gonna go with Contrachroma. So, moving on. That's for the work situation. I'm feeling excited about it. Just a different vibe. I've never had a restaurant job before. It's the only thing I haven't done, so that's pretty cool too. Anyway, the dating situation. I know you guys love to hear about this. I had a fucking experience, you guys, and I don't know what it is. I'll explain myself a little bit, I guess. And I know this guy is a wackadoo and loves attention, so he'll probably watch this too. So this is just me. Like, this is my diary, and it's like everyone I'm talking shit about is reading it. So that's lovely, but that's okay. It's not a secret, you know, they were there. So I met a guy, of course, off dating apps, you guys. I don't know how to meet people any other way. Super introverted, not a big drinker. Mind you, I don't think I'm gonna be finding my Prince Charming at the bar, but let's say I did. I just don't go out to the bar often at all. I'm just not a big drinker, and if I am, it's like, I'll have a glass of wine at my house. So even going on dates is a little hard for me because I'm like, I don't know what I want to do because I don't do much. You want to go thrifting? That's like what I do. But anyway, I was seeing this guy for probably a good month, And you guys know in a video a while back I had like a cry break in between. It was over this fucking guy too. And I'm sorry, I'm just looking for an eyebrow brush. And so we met online, and I had a very, very immediate connection with this person in a way that I cannot really explain. It was actually quite bizarre. It was like, you know what, you guys, I'm actually just gonna go with Glossier Boy Brow and call it a day. It was like, when we first sat down, it was just like we were both just staring at each other and talking, and I was so immersed in everything he was saying, and we like barely even ate our food. I ended up going home with a shitload of leftovers, and I remember even after the date, I was just like, do you want to come to my place? And it was so not a sex thing at all. It was just like, I just need to keep talking to you. And I swear to you, that wasn't my intention. And it was like, I live in a little, it's not a small town, but there's just not a lot going on. It's like a family-oriented kind of neighborhood. I grew up here my whole life. Even when I moved out, this is where I stay because it's just like my kind of comfort zone. I'm gonna open my new boy brow because I think this one is on its way out. And I have a backup right here waiting for me. Emrata likes the brows brushed up. That look, I don't know, the shape of my brows doesn't really work for it so much, but I'm gonna lean into it a little bit. So anyway, it was a very immediate connection. I was really excited about it because it was like, we didn't spend too much time talking on the app. We met up. He came to me, which was so nice. After I had a long day at work, we sped up and had some Cuban food. And it was wonderful. I felt very much smitten immediately until he laid out a whole lot of shit on the table. And that shit was that he was recently divorced. In fact, was served the official papers, mind you, separated, so officially divorced the day of our first date, which is quite interesting, isn't it? And you know, I understand he was 32 years old, so I love me an older man, I do, and I always will. So I understand that it is probably more complicated than I can understand as someone who has been not even in a very long-term relationship. My longest relationship is about 1.5 years, and that was quite a few years ago. And also someone who has definitely not even entertained the idea of being married to someone. I've never felt that strongly about someone to consider that. So I understand that maybe it was more complicated than that. But then it was also laid out on the table that was because due to infidelity on his end. Okay. Then it was also that he had an issue with drug and alcohol abuse. Okay. And I still adored him anyway. And I don't know why that is, but you know, I don't think I really need to overly explain myself. The heart works in ways that are beyond my understanding or comprehension, at least in that sort of way. So I'm going with Contrachroma, this is from Kosas, and I'm just gonna take that blush shade, and I'm gonna start off my crease with this, and I'm gonna deepen it up a little bit. So keeping in that Emrata fashion, I'm like really flicking it out towards the tail end of my brow, and I'm gonna bring it in. So laid all that on the table. I really liked him anyway. The more I started to see him though, the more these, like on our first date, I remember he was trying to get an Uber for another chick, and the chick was his best friend. Okay, sure, she lives in Atlanta. All right, you know, I'm just getting to know you. This is on the second date maybe. And I was just like, that's very odd. You're like not paying attention to me. You're focused on getting your friends an Uber. So many questions running through my mind. Why can't your friend get her own fucking Uber in Atlanta? Why does she have no money? Why is she leaning on you for money? I don't know. But anyway, you know, it was just a little odd, and I didn't really know how to take it. And he was explaining it to me in a way that was very erratic and worrisome, to be honest with you. But again, that one just rolled off my back, no big deal. And it's a 100% pure blending brush, by the way. I really like this brush. And I can't go through every single thing. There were so many little things, but I just started to see these behaviors of narcissism and meanness. And I could have such strong emotional responses to something, and the way it would start with maybe a little hint of, I feel bad for you, to, why are you even gonna ask that? Why are you even gonna do this? And getting mad at me. And or I would just look at him and he would be void of emotion, and I would be like sobbing. You know, it was very, 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 very strange to experience. It makes you feel like you're crazy. This is when you start feeling like you're crazy, and I don't know why this happens because everything I got upset about, I felt very much justified in, and I feel justified in to this day. And at the end of the day, they are my feelings. So whether or not you agree with it, that's one thing. Whether or not you're going to choose to like respect me and at least try to understand why I would feel the way I feel is another thing. So there's just a lot of fucked up things that started happening. I was getting ready in his room. We were getting ready to go out to dinner, and he's on his fucking phone Tindering. What? I'm that fucking boring that in your presence you're Tindering? That was really interesting. And of course, I'm really trying to I come in very hot. I have very strong reactions to things, again, good or bad. I'm just very intense like that, and this person was a chef. We're both like super passionate and intense. I bet watching us at the dinner table is an absolute show, all right? Especially this guy, holy shit, watching him eat was crazy because he was a private chef, and this guy was fucking funny to watch eating. If nothing else, provided me endless entertainment in that way. It was like borderline embarrassing though, but whatever, you know, I thought he was the cutest thing in the world, so that wasn't even no thing for me. But it was just little things like that, and then it was very like he's in my ear telling me I am everything and more, and he's so excited to see me and come over every day and let's spend 5 days in a row together and blah blah blah, and then you're Tindering. Sorry, I think I might be a little bit closer. Camera overheated. I was on a roll there with talking. Anyway, what I was on about was, I'm crazy, or I'm being fed like the healthiest dose of bullshit I've ever heard in my life. Going with a mix of like, I'm gonna like hit these 3. That's Red Apple Yes You Canyon. This is, what are you? I forget what you are. Sappho Beckett. Oh shit, that's where I put it. Sappho Beckett, and that is Red Apple Sugar and Spice, all-time favorite shadow. I mean, one of the first eyeshadows I bought, and I still use it on an everyday basis. So I'm just going in, and we're just doing a little bit more of that. We're gonna do that top and bottom again. It's just a very tonal, easy peasy look. So I think I'm even gonna go with a little more blush, the powder, because it's very glowy. I don't know if it's, I think it's work on Greasy's doorstep here. But anyway, it was very, very weird, and it's also very fucked up for your self-esteem. And dating has been so hard on my self-esteem. It's hard not to, because when you have this many experiences, you know, you have 1 or 2, you're like, okay, it's this fucking guy. This guy is just crazy. It's not me, it's fine. Then when it happens so many times, you guys, I mean, I've been relatively actively dating for maybe under a year, but let's say in that year mark, and that's like really putting myself out there. That's really giving people a chance. That's really just saying yes to doing a lot of things, and none of it has worked out. And not like even, it's like, oh, we hung out for 6 months and we realized this isn't gonna work. It's like, I end up getting left in the dust a week later, and it's like, holy shit. It's like, what am I doing wrong? And it makes you be very introspective, and then it makes me like, it makes you start overthinking. You start building these walls up. You're like, is it because I'm being like that? And it's like, but if I was any other way, I wouldn't be being myself. And I refuse, you guys. I don't play games. If I want to talk to you, I text you. And mind you, maybe this is my downfall. Maybe this is what men do not like. I've tried several ages of dating, several different areas of the dating sphere. So it's not even like it's just young men or anything like that. Then my biggest issue was this last one, and he was 32. I just don't know how to get through. And you get to the point where you're exhausted and you're like, okay, you know what? Well, I don't think I want to date at all anymore. You know? And if you do, it's like so, I get so scared now. I'm like, oh my God, I like don't want to like you. Because if I like you and this happens again, it's like, I'm going to go off the fucking deep end, you know? So that's been stressful for me. And it's not that dating is everything. It's just, I mean, we all seek companionship though. I'm someone who has very few friends as well. And so maybe I feel a little bit harder. And I just want someone that I can hang out with more than anything else. And that is my friend first and foremost, so important. And whatever, I've been struggling with that. So beyond that, it's just, you know, though I'm feeling a lot happier in many aspects, it's just like, I still want to figure out what I want to do. This is the thing I will say, it's like, I do put myself out there, and I'm not a planner to the point where like, I don't obsess about my future. Like, I do know I want to go to auction school in October, that's for sure. But, we're going in so heavy with the blush. I'm going to go with a little bit more concealer under my eyes too. And just across the nose is like very 90s and very, I just went in the sun, and I'm really liking that healthy look, especially, excuse me, because here it's like eternal summer. And you know what I'm going to do instead of more concealer under the eyes, because I kind of like that they look really fresh right now? I'm going to go in with, I can never find this brush when I'm looking for it. Boom. This is a Teri Miyahira 01 brush, just flat. I'm going to go in with this Hint Beauty Encore pressed powder, and just very lightly, I'm just going to put it here. Something that I want to circle back to, because I'm just going to put it out there in the world one more time, because I just want to hear from you guys. I really, really do. The one thing that Emrata does not do, but I have to do, because I just need more definition than she does, because she already has like cat eyes. I gotta do my little liner trick on the end half of my lashes, and we're just gonna use Brown by Antonym. We're just gonna do it real messy, no big deal here. Just some extra definition. And this is what I wanna do. And this is not overthinking it, this is completely eternal, this is what I go back to, this is what I love to do. I wanna make content on here, any and all varieties. Often including more of the clothing aspect that I'm very much into, but of course makeup is always something that I love. I really want to do my eBay thing. I really want to source more vintage clothing so I can do that. I want to go to auction school, I want to do that. I want to learn how to sew and mend and do these type of things. And with this new, more casual job, I do have the opportunity to do those things. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyways, then that lends itself to, what do you guys think about Patreon and the cup of coffee thing I talked about last time? They're both basically just a service where, the cool thing about the cup of coffee thing is it's a one-time thing. It's not like you buy it. It's not like a subscription that recurs every single month. But the cool thing about the recurring every single month is that maybe you can do a less amount every single month rather than a larger amount up front. Not that you couldn't buy more than one at different times though for the coffee one. Anyway, I just really want to know your opinions about that, you guys. I'm not just going to start that up. I need your feedback. What would be a good incentive thing for you? Or if you're not into it, you guys, that's okay too. Just tell me, obviously tell me in a nice way, because I'm not trying to take your money. I'm just saying, if you want to see more of me, it has to be money. It just is the way it works, you know, like, you know, these big YouTubers, the only reason why they upload 5 times a week is because they're making sick money off it. Otherwise, it's just not possible, or unless you know, are a stay-at-home mom or you have the means. You know, if you don't have the means, it is actually impossible. And I will say in the green beauty scene, mind you, it is a small space. I just wish more people would maybe invest in the creators that they really believed in. There's not really sponsorships out there. I mean, maybe there are, but not for the following level that I have, or it's never been offered to me. You know, you get free products, sure, that's amazing too. I do love that. I'm not ungrateful for it at all. I'm just saying, it's like, if you want people to create more content, I mean, it has to be mutually beneficial, or I'll keep uploading videos at the rate I am. That's great too. It's what I love to do, so I'd love to do it more. And you know, I just want your feedback on that, good, bad, the in-between. If you already support people on Patreon and you feel like it's a really good way to give back, so I'm just going with a little bit more dark here. It's a really good way to give back. If you have any other suggestions, or if you guys are really into my little antique thing and you want to support me by shopping on my eBay, that would work too. You know, it's all comes full circle. And then of course I want to give you guys something in return for it. I don't just want freaking send out PayPal invoices and rack up your money. That's why I want to know what would be a good incentive for you guys and what you would like to see from yours truly. Please, you guys, I love hearing your suggestions. Very much inspiring. It makes me feel very much like I'm going in the right direction as well. When I create something that I know you guys want to see, even if it's just one of you, it's just kind of nice. So I know you love these videos, that I know, but I can't do these all the time, you guys. Thank you for thinking I'm interesting, but when you're just sitting here talking to yourself, you're like, I am boring as hell. So I'm trying to think about anything else. Fit Glow mascara. So into this right now. Definitely gonna use it. She used Glossier Lash Slick, which I do have. No, I'm not into that at all. It's so, I mean, mind you, she has great eyelashes. I have decent lashes myself though, and it just makes them too skinny and, I mean, long, but not long enough, I guess, if we're going for that look. So I'm just doing this and I'm gonna be pulling my lashes out to the side, again, to enhance that sort of cat eye effect. And I'm using the tip and then I'm kind of brushing it out. All right, mascara on. I'm feeling much more like myself. We need a lip though. I'm looking a little washed out. And that is it on the on the stories of crazy. We're still out there dating, guys. We're still doing the damn thing, don't worry. So I hate when there's foundation on my lip. I'm going with Kjaer Weis Mauve, and I'm just gonna really lightly line the lips. It's gonna go on like butter because I just put the lip balm on. Rub that in a little. Then we're gonna take the Hint Beauty Aria lipstick in Tierra Blush. Love this shade. Really creamy. I'm just gonna put that on my bottom lip. And mix it all together. I'm just gonna go with my finger. All right, so we got cut off one more time. So I was just finishing off with the Han lip gloss in Jovial, which has that same beautiful radiance, like the one that she used. And she has such nice big lips, but we're gonna pretend. All right, you guys, so that is it. Really easy, effortless, pretty glowy everyday look. I'm off to hit the shops. If I find anything amazing, I will definitely list it on eBay. Or maybe would you guys like seeing like little posts in my stories on Instagram? Let me know. I'm down to do it, baby. I'm down. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I know you love these videos, so I get really excited about making them as well. Should have done that first before I kept going. But anyways, you guys, I appreciate all the love and support from you so much. Please let me know what type of videos you'd like to see. I have the time to make them now. I'm so excited about that because like I said, I'm on the night shift, so I have my days to do this and go thrifting and do everything like that. Anything you want to see, please let me know. I will find a way to make it happen. I am going to be reviewing the Kosas tinted oil, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Super, super excited about that. I've been dying to try it. And anything else you guys can think of, I will, in the meantime, be thinking of ideas myself, but I love using the comments as a reference point to hear from you guys. So let me know what's been up with you, what's new. I miss you, I love you. I hope you're liking the more frequent uploading, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.